So, since we last talked, Lil Peep overdosed and died.
Right.
You heard about this?
Yeah, I heard about it.
He was
Fentanyl and some other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was 21, I think.
Okay.
21 years old.
I never heard of this motherfucker before that, but okay.
Yeah, he was 21. He was what you call an emo rapper.
Which is why I would have never heard of him. Because I don't be on no emo shit. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. White kid, tattoos all over his face, bisexual.
Pink hair.
I don't know if his hair was pink. Maybe
I just saw a picture of him with pink hair.
Yeah, possibly. He was fucking with I Love McConan, I guess.
Oh, yeah? That was his boyfriend?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
And these are niggas that we call them rappers.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I'm just
trying
to get this straight.
We're at a very interesting time where it's fine for a rapper to be a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? For a person, we went from drug dealer rap to drug user rap. Mm-hmm. And I think 21 Savage made some comments about that. You saw that?
Yeah. And then my son made some good comments after that.
What did my son say?
Well, because 21 Savage is like, well, y'all use drugs. How y'all gonna blah, 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 say something because we doing it. My son basically said, yeah, we did use drugs, but now when you know better, you should do better. You know what I mean? So if I went through some shit, if I have the knowledge to be able to tell you, listen, I made the wrong choice. I was fucking with drugs, blah, 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 but you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that, basically? Like, what's wrong with you learning from someone else's mistakes?
Okay, this is what he said. He said, why do so many of these OG rappers judge the new generation? They say we make drug user music like making drug selling music is better. What's the difference? What about the fact that rap is the number one genre of music right now, but none of y'all acknowledging that? Artists been snorting cocaine and smoking crack since the 70s and 80s. Did y'all forget that? Instead of judging, how about y'all make a change? If the message in the previous generation of rap was so good, why did so many of our parents abandon us for crack? Why are we still killing each other? Don't use us as a scapegoat. Our music is a reflection of what's going on in our community, and all we doing is using our talent to escape that community.
I mean, it sounds good on the surface, Vlad, but come on. Like, we've heard this for a long time. Like, that's some parrot shit. Like, certain phrases get inserted into the lexicon, and then people just grab onto these phrases and just repeat them over and over again and act like this is their thought. Like, we've been hearing since pretty much hip-hop came out, or any kind of so-called negative hardcore hip-hop came out, that this is a reflection of our community. We're just speaking about what we see in our community. Like, how long have we heard that, Vlad?
Forever.
For a very long time in hip-hop.
Right. But when Brand Nubian came out, they weren't on that shit.
This is what I'm saying, Vlad. Like, if you knew the type of shit that I could have rapped about and didn't, and had the discipline not to, because I felt, you see what I'm saying? Because I had a different education, but I can't put that on everybody. Like, everybody, you can only teach from the level of education that you're at. And not everybody is in a position or qualified to teach. So I'm not going to look at the whole past hip-hop generation and Did we fail a lot of our children? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But that doesn't mean that a lot of us haven't since educated ourselves, came to a new understanding, and now trying to educate the next generation so that y'all don't make the same mistakes and walk into the same pitfalls we did. The way from his logic, it's just like, y'all walked into landmines, so just let us walk into landmines too. What's the problem with that? Because I love you, bro, and I don't want to see you walk in a landmine. That's why. If you would see, you know what I mean? I got the map for you. Since then, I went in there blind like you did. Since then, I've acquired a map. And if you just fuck with the map, you'll avoid those landmines, bruh. You see? I'm not trying to hate on you, what you doing and all this type of shit. I'm going to tell you, I saw a little clip from one of these young boys, and I was like, now this kid is getting it. Kid, Famous Dex. Okay? I saw a clip where he was like, yo, you got to respect the ones that came before you. And then he started rattling off, you know, names of groups that I didn't even think he would know. Public Enemy, Nas, Tribe. You know what I mean? He was going in. And he told him, he was like, now if you want to hear some real deep shit, you want to listen to that 90s type of shit. If you just want to turn up and get lit and just have fun and not give a fuck, you listen to me, you listen to, you know what I mean? Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Break that shit down, young bruh. Break that shit down.
Okay, so, you know, I had Boosie on recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Boosie is an interesting kind of segue between an old, you know, what people consider somewhat of an old school rapper
Right.
and a new school rapper. Because he came out when he was really young, and he came out right around, 2004 or something like that. And I brought up the whole thing of, you know, like the old heads and, you know, hating on the new rappers. And what he said was that
I think a lot of the old heads get frustrated they ain't getting that check like that, and they make and they downgrade the. Not saying that the new rappers got great music or nothing like that, but I'm just saying I feel like the old cats get frustrated sometimes, man. And they try to steal them dudes' joy and talk about them.
let's just say all these new rappers was constantly hitting Lord Jamar and Brand Nubian for features, production, and stuff like that. Would you feel any differently about that situation?
No. Because here's why. Here's what people don't understand, and I wanted to say this too. Me personally, I've had a problem with a lot of segments of hip hop since its inception. I can go to different time periods and tell you what the fuck I didn't like about it. I could tell you what I loved about it, and I could tell you what I wasn't feeling about it. So a lot of times people think that I'm hating or complaining about specifically this generation. But nobody has taken the time to ask me if there's anything I had a problem with in the past. Because there's plenty of shit I had a problem with. You see what I'm saying? So don't just think I just like great hip hop. I just like hip hop that's at a high level. Period. In a way that sounds pleasing to my fucking hip hop ear. I don't give a fuck if it's old school, new school. It just has to be good. So if these young boys was hitting up Lord Jamar for a verse and all of that type of shit, and these niggas wasn't whack, and I felt like, you know what I mean? Because if you hit me up like that, then I guess I can be choosy, right? I can choose who I want to fuck with, right? So I'm going to fuck with the ones that I think is dope. And the ones that I don't think is dope, I'm going to be like, no, thank you. That's it. I've had niggas in the past of my era that I might have not did shit with. Because I'm like, what's the point? I don't think this is going to be dope. But then I've done shit with people. I always strive to do shit that I feel is going to lift up the quality of hip hop as a whole. So when you see Lord Jamar attached to some hip hop shit, it's always going to be some legendary shit.
Was there any songs that you've done that you wish you didn't do? You know, for example, I remember interviewing MOP and talking about their collaboration with this group called LFO, the Light Funky Ones, which I thought was one of the worst. It was like this light rock group with MOP screaming on it, coming out of nowhere, and I'm like, what are y'all doing here? Like, I love MOP, but what are y'all doing here? Like,
right. You know, I've done a lot of shit, and it's like certain shit that you didn't enjoy, you push to the back of your mind and kind of forget. Like, I'm one of those type of motherfuckers. I know how to suppress negative shit. I can't say I've done a lot of shit that... I'm sure I have, though. I'm sure I've heard some shit, and after the finished product, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because sometimes people do a bait and switch on you. Like, they'll send you one beat, and then, like, when the shit is done, it's to a whole next beat, and they didn't lay your fucking vocals correctly. It's landing improperly, and it's like, what the fuck? That's happened a couple of times.
okay. Any songs that you did, you're like, I wish that didn't come out. You know, like a brand Nubian song.
A brand Nubian song.
Or do you love all the songs you've done?
I think that we're, I'm cool. I'm cool with all the brand Nubian ones.
You cool with it all? Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.